We're talking with Mick. Mick, you're with Allworth Money Matters.
Hi, thank you very much for talking to
Yeah.
me, Scott and Pat. I've listened to your show since it was a radio show. I'd sit in the Davis Farmers Market when my wife was shopping and listen to you even back then.
Oh, good.
Nice.
In the 90s. So I've learned a lot.
Oh, good.
And because I listen to you, I think I'm in a better place to retire than I would have been, that's for sure.
Well, I don't know. You could have found a better financial program and been a little further ahead. But anyway.
Well, I listened to your radio station, had a national guy on. I think his name was Bob Brinker.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
Bob. I used to listen to Bob when...
Yeah, I used to listen to him, but I was always kind of upset at him because he was always kind of curt with the women. You were always very open to whoever called you, whether they were a woman or a young person.
Well, we used to
or a
joke.
senior.
We used to joke. Bob, I'm so smart, you're so dumb, Brinker.
That's what we used to call him.
He seemed quite condescending to people.
He was
but anyway.
very condescending.
Right, that would be the word. But I learned a lot from him, too. But I felt more like I could trust what you were saying because it didn't seem...
And I hated, he used to call Alan Greenspan Mr. Green Jeans. And I just thought, that's just, it's just great. Anyway, your question.
So in 2026, I want to buy some QLACs. I'm 69 years old. My wife and I both are 69 years old. And I have been making conversions from IRAs, not from IRAs, from either our 403B or our 401K into IRAs and then into Roth IRAs for years now. And we have a lot of money. We have about $1 million in Roth IRAs now out of a total of about $8 million saved for retirement. And
so stop for a second. How old are you?
69.
And how much do you have in IRAs?
$1 million.
Roth IRA is $1 million.
Between the two of us.
And what about the traditional IRAs, 401ks?
About 4.7.
And how much do you have in brokerage?
About 2 1/3.
And where's your income coming from?
Right now, my wife is still working, and she's a serial entrepreneur in Davis. She's in ag biotech.
Oh, okay. I remember you called us before.
Yes.
I absolutely remember. Yes. I know exactly who your wife is, and she is absolutely the definition of a serial entrepreneur.
Yeah, she's on her 4th company now at 69, and this one's a little bit different. It's less about ag and more about the environment, but I think it's got a good chance of working. So that's good. I'm a retiring clinical social worker, so I have my one last gig. Will probably end at the end of this academic year.
And why are you? So you're looking at these longevity annuities? Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, the QLACs, the ones that are longevity.
Why?
My wife has incredible longevity, and I'm looking at the people that we've decided in our trust to take care of us in the event that one of us was like in a nursing home or a memory care center. And neither of them are particularly strong on anything financial. So I want to make everything easy for them if it gets to that point. And there's nothing easier than just getting a check coming in.
And these are designed, is it kick in after age 85 or?
That's the maximum, I think. I think the range can be between 80 and 85. I haven't done it yet.
I've actually never recommended one. And I'm trying to think if I know anyone who's actually bought one.
I remember when you
you
wrote the column for the Sacramento Bee, it would answer questions about them.
That was a long time ago.
So tell us, tell us the structure you're looking at and why.
I'm thinking my wife is probably going to live past 100, given her mom's already 99 and her aunt is like 97. I don't know how long I'm going to live. I had prostate cancer. My dad died at 62. But I'm in pretty good health other than that. And, science is advanced and all this other stuff. So I was thinking my QLAC might be like a QLAC ladder between 80 and 85, and her QLAC rate started at 85.
Out of your total Mick, out of your total portfolio today, how much is in equity and how much is in fixed income?
60-40.
And how much are you withdrawing from this portfolio each year?
We're withdrawing to invest in my wife's business, not to live. She's making a full-time income.
Okay.
So, and of that that's about $200,000 a year that the guy who gave the most amount of money said, this is my expectation of what you're going to be thrown into.
Okay. And how much did you say you had in a brokerage account?
2.3.
Right.
I
mean, this 8 million is going to be worth 10 million, then 15 million, then 20 million.
Yeah, and if you're worried about asset management, there's two things that you should be worried about. One is, what's the fiduciary that's going to manage your money if you're incapable of managing the money? And then who is going to administer the estate if you are alive and can't administer it yourself? And both of those can be solved through the use of a well-designed trust.
Yeah, I have a trust, and
have you named a fiduciary in the trust?
Well, my sister is a pediatric nurse practitioner, so for the medical stuff, we feel we're really well covered.
Okay.
And my niece on my wife's side is a lawyer who has dealt with bankruptcy law and business law and stuff like that. But when I talk to her about things like investing for retirement, she doesn't know the difference between a Roth IRA and a traditional IRA.
But Mick, you could actually name a firm like us as
okay.
the fiduciary in.
Well, fiduciary firm, yeah. If not every firm has a fiduciary department, and it's a division of that sort of thing. But
Correct. But
so I'm fairly confident that when we're both dead, we're going to have a lot of money left over, and most of that money is going to go to charity, except for the Roth money that will go to family. So
this longevity annuity, how much? I mean, if you can afford to do it if you want.
Yeah, it probably doesn't make economic sense for you because you're transferring risk. You're transferring risk.
And I haven't dug under the hood enough of these to see how
you know how they work.
Well, I was just going to say, insurance companies, for every $2 they take in premium, they pay out $1 worth of benefits, give or take. I mean, I don't, and it's probably not quite that bad when it comes to a product like this, but there's an actuarial pool. And look, if you're the chief actuary of the company, it's not like they've been around so long, and I don't think they're medically underwritten. So if they're not medically underwritten, you're the chief actuary. You're thinking, well, the only people who are going to be buying these are healthy people who are going to assume that they're going to live to a long age. So you're using an actuary table that's not for the general population at large.
And wealthier people, by the way,
live longer. So now you're thinking, all right, they already have money, so that means they're going to live longer. They want to buy this product.
But they're not designed for someone of your net worth. They're designed for people that are worried about running out of money.
Where it's a real concern.
Where it's a big, big concern.
Okay. But it's only like 2.5% of my net worth.
Look, if you feel good about doing it, go for it.
You could take that 2.5%. You could.
If you feel good about going and buying a Lamborghini, buy a Lamborghini. You can do either. You can spend your money either one of those ways.
You could take that 2.5% of your and go to Vegas for the weekend. And
there's lots of things you can do with it. So I think
but then my question is, I've been doing Roth conversions.
Okay.
And to protect myself from that pro rata rule, I don't have any money in an IRA. Everything's in our 401ks or 403bs.
Yeah, perfect.
And if I do this QLAC thing, my understanding is it would have to go to an IRA and then to the insurance company to become a QLAC. And then that money would not.
Well, you can buy a non-qualified. You can buy a non-qualified.
Within the 401k or the 403b?
No, take money cash out of your brokerage account. Doesn't have. You are correct, though.
Yeah.
Unless you used your Roth IRA for it.
No, I have no interest in using my. I mean,
okay. Well, then you are exact. That is the.
So my family when I die.
But Mick,
I would not recommend that.
Mick, I got to. If you were my client, I would argue with you. If you were my client, I'd say, "What are you out of your mind? What are you're insuring yourself against a risk that doesn't exist. You're not going to run out of money. It is designed. The product is designed.
If you had 800,000 to your name, you're taking an 8% distribution or whatever,
let's go. Right?
Okay, I do hear what you're saying. That I have enough money to live on, most probably, unless something terribly goes wrong with our economy and stuff like that.
By the way, if it went that bad, the insurance company may or may not be solvent enough to pay out.
Yeah.
It happens.
That would be bad.
I'm just saying, if someone with $8 million saving for retirement, they can't make it financially.
What's your annual income? earned income without the Roth conversion?
Not much, because when Pam starts up a new business,
got
it's,
it.
it's very low income, and then I'm retired, so it's about $225,000
Okay.
Well, Mick,
plus whatever dividends we get.
Yeah.
you called for our opinion.
But we live on less than that. But
Okay.
just out of curiosity, what happens with the paying the taxes? If I decided to do it,
No, you're exactly right. If you, let's say you put $100,000 into a qualified longevity annuity, whatever they're called.
right,
So now it's a qualified, now it's an IRA.
right, okay,
So you go to do some conversion and they look at all your qualified accounts, and that comes into question.
Yeah, it would be basically a net present value of the expected. There would be a value they'd have to give to it because it has economic value.
and did they have to report that every year, or
Well,
do
you
I-
do.
No, I don't know.
No, I
I've
know
never
I have to
recommended
report
one,
it.
nor, like I said,
Yeah,
nor have I
but-
seen anyone who's actually purchased one. I would assume, and like some of these annuity contracts that have these living benefit riders, sometimes the required minimum distribution amount is not. It's a different formula because it's based upon the annuity contract rider provisions as opposed to just the account balance. So if you want to keep doing Roth conversions, I would highly discourage you from using qualified money to buy this longevity annuity. If you're still set on buying the longevity annuity, I would use after-tax dollars.
Yeah. And in saying all of
But
that,
that's not a great thing. But then it's all
yeah, and in saying all of that, I would suggest you not buy one at all.
Okay.
yeah.
Right.
There's our answer,
Loud
Mick.
and clear.
All right,
I hear
you got our
loud and clear. I
opinion.
appreciate
All right.
That's
And listen, I have followed your wife's career for years and years. For the people that are listening national, his wife has started multi-biotech companies and has sold them. And but, I've started many companies, and you only hear about the ones that have done well.
Right.
Right.
Hey, Mick, glad you called. Wish you well. And I think this is one of these examples, Pat, that there are financial products that are not necessarily good or bad. It's all how they're used and what are you trying to accomplish with them.
That's correct.